identification of a potential treatment agent for coronavirus infections. You will recall that on 23rd July 2018, we presented to scientists of the Bioresources Institute of Nigeria, called BIO, patent certificate granted by the Trademark Patent Design Registry of your ministry, where you gave us certificate numbers NGP 2015-84, NGP 2015-85, and NGP 2015-97. These patents were based on the work we did on Natural Product Drug Discovery Program at BIO. Our focus is on neglected tropical diseases, emergent infections, and orphan diseases. The lead drug project which we have starts by chemical isolation and characterization of naturally occurring compounds and submitting them to a battery of bioassays for the identification of potentially useful drug leads. Our approach is very simple. No one single laboratory can have all that we need. So we set up a network of laboratories and individuals who network and select projects that will work at any given time. We have selected to focus on particular diseases, especially neglected tropical emergent diseases and orphan diseases such as leishmaniasis, Ebola virus, dengue fever virus, chikungunya virus, coronavirus, and Takariba virus. I'll mention about Takariba very soon. And we also look into chronic metabolic diseases such as diabetes, obesity, and cardiovascular problems. Your Excellency, you will recall that when the Ebola virus infection broke out in 2014, many Nigerians were surprised that our research group had an experimental lead compound that we identified 15 years earlier in 1999. And now, with the emergence of a novel coronavirus in 2019 as COVID-19, we had identified and patented a possible treatment back in 2015. It is very important that we must remain ahead of these emergent infections through research. The other aspects of our work target the so-called orphan diseases. These are rare diseases that affect fewer than 200,000 people, or diseases that are not adopted by pharmaceutical companies because it provides little financial incentive for people to make drugs. We're also looking at those diseases that are prevalent only among the poor. Since the poor cannot afford costly pharmaceuticals, we bear me out that those sleepless nights I spent at the Suka doing this work, that was where we started. At that time I was a professor of pharmacognosy, and I continued that work in America in 1994 to 2003, when I was a visiting scientist at the Division of Experimental Therapeutics of Walter Reed Army Institute of Research, Washington, D.C. In 2014-2015, we reactivated the same program because of the Ebola virus problem. We collaborated actively with leading laboratories from different parts of the world. It is interesting, and I'm glad to say that the three compounds which were isolated at the time, we have fully characterized them. One of them is actually a product, a drug, which is in the market as we speak. The federal government of Nigeria granted us patents, NG/B, which I mentioned earlier, 3 patents. It's also interesting that during that program, we didn't only screen for Ebola, but also screen for the other emergent tropical diseases. We screened for coronavirus then. The more deadly coronavirus is the one called SARS. And SARS, this compound which we are trying to talk to you about now, the compound was active against SARS. SARS stands for Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome. One of the test compounds, which we call Bion-3, has an EC50 value of 1.2 microgram per ml. This is for the purpose of those who are in the sciences to be able to know that something that is that active will really be very, very important. I did explain the type of bioassay that we did at that time. Your Excellency, on Thursday, 27 February, just last week, the U.S. government contacted me through their EMI, and we signed immediately a non-clinical evaluation agreement for us to take this product forward. The NIH is part of the US government, and we are trying to see whether we can then test this compound immediately against this new virus. As of now, they are trying to set up the assay so that we can then see whether this particular one, which, as I say, is an inferior virus to SARS, that the program will be able to go on. The lead compound we are looking is one of the most studied natural products ever. There's over 1,000 publications on it already. We have also looked into its pharmacokinetics. We have also looked at potential mechanism of action. We're also considering, instead of actually developing one of the products, to develop the three of them together and have them to be the first broad-spectrum antiviral agent coming out from Nigeria. As you very know, Your Excellency, drug development is a very expensive program. Science itself is expensive, but the alternative is even more expensive. That is when you don't fund science. We have benefited generously from people who have supported us, especially the governments, the private sector, the UN agencies, and some other corporate bodies that have given us strategic support. Either they buy equipment for us, or they give us money in kind. We are guided and footed by our motto, which is science for humanity. We are doing science not for the money. Whatever else we do, we apply back the money into developing our scientific program. So why I'm here, sir, is to be able to ask you whether it's possible to plead with you to appeal to Nigerians for their support so that we can develop our own medicine and have a medicine for coronavirus 19 instead of waiting and using that from other places. It is important to note, sir, that COVID-19 belongs to a class of viruses that are very common, contrary to what people think. Some are serious than others. The class includes the flu virus, SARS, and MERS. MERS stands for Middle East Respiratory Syndrome. They are all RNA viruses, and that's why they mutate very easily. We are willing to make available the lead compound which we have isolated, and the phytomedicine, which is actually the active compound is in one of our existing products, which is also NAFDAC listed. And so we'll be able to have that done. Anybody who is prepared to test them in their own facility, or either here or in Nigeria. We have contacted both the Chinese embassy. We are not keeping it secret. We have made it public. Since it's something in the patent, the whole idea of patenting is that you disclose everything you know about that substance so that people can then use it and use it freely. As I said, our motto is science for development and for humanity. So we are not doing it just for the purpose of the financial gain. The institute that I lead is a member of the Bioresource Development Group. We are probably the largest private sector-led laboratory in Africa. It is difficult to identify who is in Pioneer and who is not, because most of our people are volunteers, people who are not paid, scientists who are devoted to finding cures for this kind of tropical diseases. We have 4 organic farms scattered in many parts of Nigeria. We have a laboratory at Nsukka, and we have a GMP facility at Umuna Okigwe, which Excellency you performed the official opening. Through the period of this work we have done, we have been able to identify 16 lead drug candidates for various ailments. Just 2 years ago, working with the Nnamdi Azikiwe University College of Medicine, we were able to identify, process, develop, and put into the market, and have NAFDAC registered a product called Simferol IHP, which we clinically evaluated for the treatment of gastric ulcers. Why gastric ulcer? Because there is a standard drug for the treatment of gastric ulcer, but because certain ulcers are refractory, they don't go, even when people try to cure them. So we have to find a drug that can be able to treat such cases. We have also done 22 phytomedicines, including a drug called Physogen for the control of blood pressure, blood sugar, and immunovide, which is used to promote the immune health and management of cancers. People who have had cancers and some and some chronic problem. You find that the cost alone of keeping their health is so much that we have to actually have some other product that people can use. We didn't start this today. I've been in this business for a long time. The first book I wrote, Handbook of African Medicinal Plant, was published in 1994 by CIC Press. The second edition of it was published in 2014. Just 2016, I wrote another book called Food as Medicine, Functional Food Plants of Africa. Now this year, in collaboration with Reverend Father Anselm Adodo, we have put up a volume, Healing Plants of Africa, of Nigeria, ethno-medicine and therapeutic application. Taylor Francis is also issuing it in April this year. This will be the first documentation of the ethno-medicine of Nigerian plants in a full format, which will also contain its pharmacology, its chemical constituents. The whole idea here is to be able to let the world know the rich history Nigeria has in terms of healing plants. Our work has been recognized by the WHO. The UN World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO, conducted a case study on us, where they were able to show that we can use traditional medicine as a tonic for development. Luckily, when it was done, it was when our current Minister for Foreign Affairs was with WIPO. And so it is something that Nigeria should be proud of. Then we also have a situation where the World Bank issued the GDEV. Can never be actually emphasized enough in terms of the advancement of science generally and medicaments, methods, and practices of healthcare delivery in particular. As this of a public health crisis may occur at any time, often without discernible warning. It is at the time of urgent and emergent public health crisis such as this that the advantage of preparing for the unknown and unexpected in advance pays life-saving dividend beyond what any sporadic or reactive measures can provide. It is in this light that we must credit collaborators and other donors for the substantial financial contribution made to our group in 2014-2015 for the development of a prophylactic curative medicine, the treatment of Ebola and other viruses. As I mentioned earlier, once that crisis went on, people forgot. But the approach is normally to have an ongoing research. During that period, we had what we call treatment research group at the Ministry of Health. But soon after the Ebola crisis left, the group had never met again. And the idea is to be able to be looking forward to what will happen in the future so that we'll be able to be prepared and see how we can be able to cope.